Hello, watchers. Today, I'd like to share my thoughts, my 2 cents for the people who wants to open some small business after they're retiring from their main job or main career. My 2 cents about opening some small business after retiring from your main job. Right? Definitely, no, don't do that. Now everything has been completely changed and things really bad. And either way, if you are not billionaire, not millionaire, billionaire, which you can resource all the finance and ways, means to completely monetize the market, don't do that. Even if you are millionaire, it won't work. Or you can do some small business which you can run it by only yourself, not by others, on your own, completely on your own. And then maybe you can try. Other than that, don't do that. Nowadays, the environment for small business absolutely is hell. You will make it in this kind of market. You will make it, never. Even for small business, which you can operate by yourself, completely on your own, right? That small business, whatever that thing is, restaurant, cafe, what kind of advantage can you have if that small cafe and restaurant, right? What kind of specialty can you have? Can you be competitive in the market? Now the market situation is not for only Korea. You know, actually, I speak multiple language, and then I'm very familiar with other markets, other country, right? Material from YouTube or whatever the source is. I spend a lot of time to monitor the market trend in other countries as well, like America, Europe, China, Southeast Asia, all these kind of countries, right? And you know, nowadays it's the same phenomena everywhere, globally. Things so bad, things are so bad, and now everybody, even if it's very sizable with certain size, that also almost impossible, and all the economy of the globe completely collapsing everywhere is the very different phenomena compared to last, like 10 years or something. When I was in my previous area was kind of trading, global trading, right? And then that time, like, the trading thing is very sensitive to the market change, and then even some economic situation in certain country not so good, you could still move to some other cheaper country or some competitive price-wise, cost-wise competitive place, right? And then you can maintain your operation. But nowadays the situation is absolutely hellish. The recession is everywhere, and except for the giant global company, if you are a small player, you cannot be the match. You never win the game. Whatever the market you are aiming at, simply don't do that. That's the way you can say yourself. I mean, actually, myself never also been experienced this kind of recession globally, right? Everywhere, basically. Before, if one country economy is bad, the other country, like, you know, they can have better, like, conditions, right? So anyway, it's kind of zero-sum game. So if you are quick enough or smart enough, you can still find some alternative market. But nowadays, things completely different. Basically, everywhere collapse simultaneously. So only those giant company who can completely monopoly the market, they completely control the market. There's no room for the small players at all. In my case, I just squeeze down everything. I just reduce the size of my operation, which to the level I can completely master the whole process by myself without any other external help. And I've done this already since several years ago. I gradually reduce my operation. Actually, until 2 years back, I still have had some chance to expand my business, but I see things. I became very skeptical about the future for all this kind of small business, whatever it is. So I just choose to reduce my operation. In fact, I also have my own products with my own brand. Like camping gear, topic wear, all this kind of stuff. I also manufacture in bulk, and sometime period I also sell through online. But later on, the market completely saturated and then completely controlled by the mega platform. You can do nothing on your own under your ownership. So I dropped that whole operation, and that time I could sell, I could come at a very low price to the market, but I felt it's humiliating to my brand, to my own product. So I just call dumpster in. I just ditch them. you know, in my own code, and not to have any kind of, you know, very unnerving, unsettling feeling whenever I come to see those articles in my warehouse. So I just ditch them into the dumpster. Actually, I don't regret about my decision. Maybe if I didn't get rid of them, maybe make I could make little bit of money, which is humiliating, right? All that products, but I choose not to be harassed. My mentality, you know, whenever I saw those articles sitting in my warehouse, it would unsettle my sentiment, and I would even have some humiliating feelings, so, right? So I just choose to ditch them in my own cost. And then later, anyway, I don't need to bother anymore with those articles, right? So I could save my spirit. I don't have to break my spirit. In hindsight, it was wise choice, I believe. Very unfortunately, very sadly, there's nothing realistically can do for small business these days. And the thing we have to admit is things wouldn't get better in any time soon. I think whole things even get worse from now than now. There is the situation we're facing, you know, especially our age group people. We really have to brace for the future change, being small, being minimal, and being complacent about even for the very trivial job. I think I myself early on gave up the fast cosplay. I just give up the thinking to be fast over someone else, and I squeeze down all the operation to make everything to be done by myself. And maybe that's why I still survived. I still alive, I believe, with my small business. The horrible thing, really horrible thing, we have to consider how can it survive without any work, any job, right? Right? The thing is, the prospect for the job for, I mean, our age people, extremely slim, right? Out there, I don't think you can find even very hard physical job easy to find, right? These days, even very trivial labor work also completely nothing. And this way you have to live another 20 years, 30 years. Is, I don't know how to put. It's horrible, right? Really, really scary. How we really find some purpose of life or of our existence. That's really big deal we have to face. I'm scared too. Honestly, I'm very scared too. But anyway, that's the inescapable reality we have to face. I mean, for later, like universal basic income or whatever that shit is, we don't only live on eating and sleeping, right? We have to do some job. Definitely, we need some job, right? Sometimes I really can don't. How come the change comes so quick? This quick, right? Incredible thing. We really have to find some way to make our existence some meaningful, some purpose. Even universal basic income. The country you belong to has to be somehow powerful or influential, right? Are you one of those lucky enough people? Anyway, I'm pretty skeptical for that prospect, but anyway, that's the thing. What is happening right now? The most frustrating part, finally, of all the warnings about the future, right? All those AI technology things. Since there's no turning back, and only the move forward for the to the all those dystopian worlds which portrayed in many futuristic novels, right? There's nothing we can do about it, about the advancements to the predicted dystopian world. I'm not sure, completely lost. But anyway, one thing for sure, foremost, is we have to praise ourselves for the jobless society. That's the things, right? Well, we stand and how we praise ourselves for the jobless society. Let me tell you, there's only one thing. We need to find something for ourselves to have meaning in it, right? Whatever the thing is. I don't know what that could be.